Alright, welcome to the first Midflight interactive dev stream. It's first stream in a little while, so gotta get set up and things. So, um, yeah. So we're gonna be working on the map for a little bit, and eventually, we're just gonna be moving on to some other stuff. So obviously, here is the interstate that we've been working very hard on with the new rail bridge and the switch. The switch was actually scripted by myself, and let's patch this bug here. I can. Here we go. Oh, there's another one. See what happens when we do this. We start out with leafy grass, and then we end up painting grass over it, so just helps to kind of replace everything here. And not really sure what to do for this part right now. As it's like pretty much brand new, so for now everything there is subject to change. And actually, I'm gonna set this back to. There we go. So apologies for any like lag or anything that's in studio. That's just because of some, I guess, last minute problems that couldn't get resolved. So working on the final beta update here. So this is kind of a interesting experience. As for scripting, we will not be streaming those kinds of things, working on the back end. Those will be included in dev blog videos, since we're trying to. It's really just for security reasons, because we don't want to get any like code to get leaked or anything. So let's go ahead and fix this. Now, I don't know how this got messed up. There's a lot of terrain here, and really in this part of the map that's not like even with the rest of it. I'm not sure why. It was probably some Roblox update at some point that broke it, but we've just been patching out the issues. And so here's the rail bridge that we put together quite fast, actually, and let me fix that as well. Good that we're finding bugs as we go. Not sure how that happened. Let's raw material there. I wish they would let you add like your own materials, but it is what it is. That must be a part. Well, I'm not in that sense. I'm sorry. I meant add your own materials as in like for terrain. As of right now, you just have to replace materials, and we don't always want to do that. So, yeah. This part here is kind of getting on my nerves, so I'm going to, after it auto saves, I'm gonna raise up some of this ballast here. And then we're gonna paint a little bit more. It actually should be painted on both sides. But for now, this is where it's gonna be. By the way, first proper dev blog video is going to be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. We're still in the recording phase of things, but we're working on it. Getting those sneak peeks in. Try not to leak too much, because this ain't that big of an update. Now, a lot of this area was kind of rushed, I hate to admit, but that was because of this area in general was just rushed. So we kind of messed up there. So that's why we're going in with QA. And speaking of QA, we're going to have a quality assurance team eventually, and you guys will all get to apply if you join our Discord server, which is linked in our channel's description as stated in by the pinned message in the stream. And then not only that will you be able to apply for QA tester, but you'll also be able to see dev streams like this one in real time with 0 delay, because I am also streaming in our development VC right here in the Midflight Interactive Discord. So come on down and join, and I won't know you're here, but unless I check the Discord, obviously, but if I do, I'll come and say hi, and you might get a shout out. Actually, I should say you probably most likely will, because yes. For now, that's the work that's gonna get done there. We're gonna have to spend some more time patching this up, as this will get put in the bug fix phase. As for why we're doing dev streams, it's really to help motivation, because if you've been following up on really anything that we're doing, there's not much that's going on, and that's because of motivation and just honestly just general laziness, and a lot of that's on my end. And so this stuff like this is part of my goal to help keep that down and try to motivate our devs to come join at better times. Obviously, this is the first dev stream, and this is hosted at this time just for the sake of testing. Mostly, this is just trying to figure out how things should be, but for the most part, this is okay for Americans, at least. But a lot of our staff team is spread across the world, so this doesn't always work when we host things at times like this. So eventually, I'll probably, next dev stream will probably be in the evening for Central Time, but we'll get there when we get there. So let's just keep working here. This area is still heavily, it's still a heavy work in progress, so it's gonna be an industrial area. There were plans to have a bunch of warehouses and even a grain elevator in this area, but those plans were unfortunately scrapped. And so now we are really just kind of trying to figure out trying to figure out what we're gonna do. I'm probably gonna add a spur line here. Actually, I can even do that right now. But if I had the plans to, um, fortunately, we've been working to plan out the final layout of this area and what we're gonna have here. But as for now, it's just two empty roads. But yeah, these railroad crossings, it's about time we got new ones. The old ones were just bad, and these new ones are really nice. I like them. And these railroad crossing gates are temporary. These are provided by a friend with permission, and eventually, and probably soon, probably by the summer update, we're gonna have custom in-house modeled ones, which are actually almost done. They're just got some bugs that need to be fixed and finalized and everything. So, and yes, these will be scripted with the trains that we will have. They will be sensors for those who are nerds about this kind of thing. And yeah. This diamond here, it's actual double diamond, is actually still a work in progress. This is not, it's not gonna look like this, is all I'm gonna say. It's not gonna look like this in the final thing. It'll be more detailed with the other rails like here and there. So, and hopefully I can get collisions fixed for these things. I might just have sensors that if it detects anything here or here, then it unlocks these rails so you can pass. I don't know, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. So, but I did say in the Discord that we're looking to hopefully push a release candidate out by like the end of this week. It's looking like that can happen. Still have to talk with my team about that, but as it stands right now, we're gonna be working hard to meet that deadline. And I am aware that this is getting messed up, thanks to Roblox's horrendous terrain system. And actually, I might as well just do this because we have to make the whole thing grass anyway, so. But I don't want to do too much because of the obvious lag. And these grass blades, despite being, I think, one triangle each, there's like a couple million of them, and oh, this is Roblox we're talking about, so we'll get to optimization when we get there, which is hopefully soon. But for now, it's just gonna be minor optimizations because with the summer update, we're looking to get rid of most of, if not all of the lag. I mean, really lower NPCs are still going to, might still have performance issues, but in the long run, we're hoping to get rid of those. And even for like mid-range to higher NPCs like myself that still have issues on this game, we're looking to eliminate those completely with the summer update. So that's going to take a lot. It's most of the buildings that we bought from places like GPI that are just RAM eaters and lag the game. So we're looking to remove all of those by the time this update is out, or by this update I really mean the summer update, and replace them with buildings of our own. And due to that, there's going to be a lot of buildings that are copy and pasted everywhere, and over time that'll go away. It won't be like that forever, but at least the game won't lag so much. So, by the way, I will be hosting a live Q&A in our VC here in the Discord server. So if you're not in, you're gonna be missing out on the live Q&A that we're gonna be doing. If anyone attends, of course. Where all of your guys' questions about near future MFL plans will be answered. Obviously not all of them, especially not ones about the summer update, because a lot of that stuff is still under planning. Not heavy planning anymore, but still under planning, and therefore still kind of classified as of right now, but or confidential really. But yeah, I'll try to answer as many questions as I can about what you guys want to know, because it's a lot of things that MFL's been doing recently that are, well, by themselves questionable, and there's a lot of things that I know you guys want to know, so we'll be doing that. So here's the new neighborhood. As for right now, obviously a lot of this is still heavy work in progress. But a lot of this is almost finished. For right now, it's gonna be filled with trees, but as you can see here, eventually we'll have houses in the area. And we're still building new ones. We're building modern style houses for this area. That one's one of them. They still need to be outfitted with the housing system that is currently in development. But as for right now, yeah, a lot of this is still work in progress. For now, the cul-de-sacs are going to be just dirt mounds until we get meshes for them. And then we'll just put them in there, and then we'll put houses around them, and then that'll be it. Leave a comment or just type in chat what you guys think this neighborhood should be named. Right now it doesn't have a name. Actually, none of the streets in it don't have a name. So we're looking for all the suggestions that we can get. Also, what town names do you want? We're looking to add several smaller towns scattered outside of the main city. So, well, eventually, maybe this update, we might. There's a very slight chance, but I can guarantee that 90% of it's going to be included in the summer update. Also, due to, actually, I'll hold off on that for now because I'm too uncertain about it. You guys will know about what I was gonna say in a future video, which will be talking about the summer update. So you guys will learn about that later. But for now, we're just gonna be chilling here, doing some development. I'm gonna play test here. We're gonna start off from the dealership. These new buildings are just amazing. You guys will see some of them put in, especially around the like spawn area, and they just look amazing. They were built by our second lead developer, Norwich _dev, with my help, and we're so excited to provide these two guys. They look so good. And, yeah. Let's put the volume down here. And I know the UI is broken. It's out of my control. It looks terrible. Um, it's because Roblox removed the font that we were using, and they replaced it with a lookalike that, like, when actually demonstrated, does not really look so much like the other version. I wonder how that happened. Yeah, when it's actually put in place of the font, it's trying to look like, it does not really look that much like the other font. I'm gonna be honest, but it is what it is. Word on the street says State Line City's getting a UI revamp in the summer update anyway, so what does it matter, right? We're just gonna ignore these red lights because they take forever. Eventually that'll get fixed. If I speed run it, I might be able to finish our traffic light plugin, which I know is in kind of high demand. It's the revamp of 22 Pilots' famous traffic kit. You know, where that's how we place down a lot of these, and I just added these poles in as custom ones that were developed for this game. So eventually all that stuff will get fixed. Right now we're on our way to I-82. We're just gonna be, and for all you road geeks that might be watching this replay or live stream as it's happening, I am aware that the number system is wrong. At the moment I don't care. But eventually I will try to find one that will fit this area. And I know it's supposed to be a multiple of 10, but for right now, it's going to stay as 82. Eventually I'll get to fixing all the road numbers and stuff later, but for now, it's staying. We're hoping, maybe, possibly, we can get a car model or two. We're gonna have to hold off on the whole fictional thing, unless we can edit meshes, which will be great. But for right now, we're gonna have to hold off on the whole fictional thing, and the cars will get gradually replaced with, fictionalized models, because, well, we wouldn't even have to do this if DMCA wasn't a thing, but it is, and so we have to deal with it. Eventually I will add the interstate milepost to this side. For some reason this car doesn't want to go over a certain speed, which is lovely. I am unsure why. Let me... It will not let E do this with B tools, so I must do it with Studio instead. We'll turn around and go the other way until the interstate effectively ends at the bridge, unless the road has been put down. I don't remember if it has, despite the fact that we kind of went over it earlier, but oh well. You know, we're aiming for a realistic interstate here with these signs that were custom made. And this whole support thing was also custom made by Norvich. So shout out to him. He is really carrying half this game's work in terms of map work and building. Eventually, we will have, like, electronic signs and stuff, but for now, this is what we have, and we can't really add much more because we don't have much more, so we don't really have anything to add. But as this game is set on the Indiana state line, eventually we are looking to literally be able to send players into Illinois to go to Danville, which will be mostly based off of the real thing, um, but kept mostly fictional. Just because it's Roblox and we want to add a fictional twist to it, so that's what we're gonna do. And let's get off the interstate here and head back to the neighborhood. Gotta add road signs here. I mean, really, this game is starting to feel almost like older Ultimate Driving did, which is just amazing that we can even think of, you know, such a thing happening. But here we are. We're looking for realistic driving experiences and things like that coming soon. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, this update will bring spring to State Line City. Embarrassingly enough, the main game is still covered in snow, but that's what happens when huge demotivation hits. We're starting to come out of that phase, and work is kind of restarting, so that's great. We're hoping to have our whole dev team in studio one day, all at the same time. It's been a long while since we've been able to do something like that, but for now it's just me, I guess. We're looking to add hilly roads, as you might have seen with US 48 earlier when I looked off to the end of the map, away from the neighborhood, that it does go up, and that is obviously partially because of the rail going under it, but also partially because we're going to have it be actually hilly. You can see there where it kind of goes up. And we're not going to go there because that's beyond the map barrier, but we can look at it from within the walls of State Line City. By the way, the map is like 5,000 studs, but it's like 4,500 by 5,000 studs, if I remember correctly. We're looking to probably double or even triple that with the summer update, or this map's going to be huge. And this almost 5,000 by 5,000 like square area is going to be the only area to be fully covered in terrain. Everything else is going to be like a 20 stud wide brick of rain grass, and then everything past that, and there won't be much anyway. All the stuff past it will be a just one single part of leafy grass. So basically just grass without the grass blades. Just to save on performance. And we're looking to find areas of the current map that are laggy enough to the point where even like mid-range to high-end systems have some issues on them. We're looking to convert some of the terrain there to parts as well. And that's obviously for performance reasons. Taking a stroll through the new neighborhood right now. The roads are a bit different from the main city. The actual curb mesh is different. It's smoother. And that's honestly the only difference. Obviously there are no road lines here. It definitely looks more modern, and that's really what this neighborhood is meant to be. We're working on finishing up the first, I think, 2 houses for this neighborhood. So, pretty excited for that. We're gonna head downtown. Just gonna blow through every red light here. Not that it matters. Alright. Here we are. Um, when people play State Line City for the first time and they see the downtown, this is usually what captivates them the most. Because it's just so immersive. I personally think it's the best looking downtown in Roblox. Um, I mean, it just looks amazing with the houses that we put in there and just the way that it's laid out and just the quality of the buildings that we have here is just phenomenal. Um, it truly is a masterpiece of a downtown. We have these little narrow streets, these just one lane streets that you can drive in either direction in. For some reason, that house is neon red. I do not know why. Um, I will fix it later. I don't remember making it neon red. Probably might just be because of the lighting that it looks that way, but um, if you're not up to date on, oh, this is leftover snow from the winter update. Obviously, we don't have snow anymore, so I have to clean that up now, but if you are not up to date on how our houses work, um, they're just simply amazing. Here we have a dual lighting system. We have a main light, and then we have an auxiliary light here that just turns on the kitchen lights, and they work independent of each other. Roblox's future lighting system really helps to emphasize just how good um, our lighting looks. And actually, our lighting is widely regarded as some of the best in the industry by newer players because it's very detailed. It is worked on literally for hours. This version of the lighting, which is probably going to get changed soon to make it even more realistic than it already is. Um, it was worked on for I think 3 to 4 hours to get it to look this good, because we started from nothing, and this is where we got to. So it is just amazing how this game looks, and I can't wait as much as you can't wait until this game is done because this game is probably going to be one of the best looking ever and probably the most playable of its kind. Funnily enough, forgot to add a light switch in here. Oh, it's in the wall. That is not supposed to happen, but okay. Anyway. Yeah, we even detailed our little shower area here with our imported models and then added these little shampoo bottles kind of just recolored them. And we have this as well. Every house really uses the same, like, general, like, array of assets that we have. Just saves on time and things like that. But let's go ahead and go to another house in the area. Let's go to the really small bright red house, which is actually one of my favorites. Really tiny. It's good for, you know, like a 1-bedroom. It's good for small role plays and things like that. Our seats do work. Some of them are a little broken like this one, but I don't think you're meant to actually sit here. But ceiling is quite low. This is meant to be a much older house that's obviously really small. All of our homes are custom furnished, unless there's an actual reference, and that's rare. 99% of the time we just do it how we think it looks good. So here's our bed. This does not look very comfortable, but the very tiny famous bathroom that we took a future updates snapshot in. I think it was like this angle or something. But these houses were added in the part 2, I think, of the beta update. I can't remember. But you're not meant to sit in these. I guess you can if you want to. But it is what it is. This one is made for people who don't have legs, because the porch is quite narrow. And let's just go across the street to the trailer home. Here, actually, never mind. We have a better location of one of these. That's way down by the interstate, and I'd love to show you guys it. Over there is the monument. We're gonna go visit it, or we're gonna go down the road that it's on before we head to the trailer homes. So we have a little dock there, and then obviously the monument that was made for 1 year of State Line City development. Oh, here they are. Here's some of the lighting things that we put in. They do automatically turn off and turn on depending on what time of day it is in game. And here soon we may or may not witness the clouds changing. Eventually our weather system will not only do that, it will be able to actually rain, and among other things, maybe thunderstorms and things like that. But as for now, let's head down to the trailer park here. Just off of 407. And here we are. This was the first house developed for this game. If it is outdated, it's the most outdated. Eventually it'll get rebuilt. It is an ex-GPI trailer, unfortunately. So we're gonna redo it anyway. Obviously the doors have a holding time. Now they don't. This is a real picture that I took back in September 2023. near US Route 6. So that's cool. There's that, and here's the bathroom, which was, I think, custom built. Yeah, this was custom built. Obviously, this wasn't. Neither were these, but the base thing was, and we even added a actual drain in here. I believe this is a mesh. Yeah, it looks like one, but we did add a hole for it, so makes it all the more detailed. Not that you're most likely not going to notice it, but if you do, that extra attention to detail is there. Eventually, when it comes to working on big things, we're looking to have dev streams that are probably going to go up to 3 hours long, and those will be planned like days or even weeks in advance, but we're looking to plan those at the beginning-ish of every month. So also, this railroad crossing might get removed. It'll be a while, but I'm now stuck here. Oh, that's amazing. Let's go test out the train. Which, if you hear that horrendous walking sound, it'll get replaced. Metal sound will get replaced too, don't worry. These are not staying forever. So, oh, this thing doesn't want to stay on the rails today. That's lovely. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna crash into the car. Oh, eventually that won't be possible because of collision groups. That will get solved with due time. And I can guarantee that the speed limit is not this slow. Realistically, it would be about 30 miles an hour, but obviously that is not being achieved right now, as this thing is giving me a hard time. And here comes a switch that does actually work. These are actually scripted, so if this thing wants to stop, there we go. There we go. And you do actually have to walk up to the switch. And also, eventually, well, obviously right now this is not in place, but only ranked group members who can operate trains will be able to flip switches. This is so random people can't, like, derail trains or anything. By the way, this is not going to be the final GUI. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, this is not going to be the final GUI. it will change. It will get redone. As it is right now, the UI is like 5 years old, so yeah, um, it kind of needs a redo. It doesn't look that good. Doesn't fit with the rest of the game either. But, well, as you can see, it put us on the other track. But not to worry, because we have a beautiful thing called a crossover that is just past the railroad crossing, so we're gonna go there. See, this is more realistic of the speed that we're probably gonna go at. Oh. Ah, get us back on the rails. Or just... Sometimes this thing is a pain, but... You can see both of them switched at the same time, which actually wasn't that hard to code. This thing doesn't want to move today. I'll demonstrate this with the other switch once we get past it, and probably ram right into the rest of the train. And oh, so here's a quick little demonstration. You can see it switches both of them at the same time. And I already have a remote switch GUI coded and made for dispatchers, so won't have any issues there. And I believe these are meshes. These little ropes here, yeah, they are meshes. I'd rather do rope constraints, but these work just as well, especially because you can make them go down, and sometimes they're not perfectly aligned, but it is what it is. But they just look amazing. This hill is looking great. And you can see these windmills actually work. They all spin at the same time, obviously, but I mean, if I really wanted to, I could make them all different, but I don't need to. And they don't lag the server because they are powered with tweens, which don't use physics. So little to no server lag is featured. This is an excellent example of I fell down. Okay. So you can see a lot of the terrain here is pretty thick, and actually let's go onto the map. A lot of this is pretty laggy, so I'll eventually take apart, and you can see chunks like this that are huge that we're gonna get rid of these eventually, but for now they're staying. And even the lake doesn't need that much because of how shallow it is. So hopefully we can get rid of a couple million voxels there. And I know I just dropped a million without context, but it is what it is. We'll fix the lag, as we always do, or don't. I mean, whatever you want to do. Hoping to do more of these kinds of banners in the future. This building is gonna get redone with the summer update because, as with like half the other buildings in the game, it is indeed a GPI building, and as such, it must be thrown away because we don't want lag. These two cars might make it into the game, and I mean, I did say that um, fictionalization of every single car is going to be held off on for a little bit until we can um, get car models a little quicker, which shouldn't be too long before that happens. I mean, if motivation holds up, of course. But we're gonna put a wrap on this dev stream. We hope you guys liked it. I'm really hoping to host more of these in the future. For now, they're gonna be kind of spread apart, but as for the moment, this will be the first one, and we might host a little more frequent until we get to fully developing the summer update. So I hope to see you guys soon, and yeah, that concludes our first dev stream. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you real soon. Until we get to fully developing the summer update. So I hope to see you guys soon, and yeah, that concludes our first dev stream. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you real soon.